Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, basically to cut a long story short, the Paragus free-to-play unit and just how good he is in DBZ Dokkan Battle at 100% in the hidden potential system. Now I'm going to be honest with you, usually I don't review these units like straight away. A large reason for that is because usually they have an easy A or an awakening, etc. Like usually there's a whole process to it. Now with Paragus, I believe, as far as I understand, he will not be getting his easy A this celebration. So I thought it's pretty cool and pretty safe to take a look at him right now. And I think he's pretty good as is. So Pure Saiyan's lead of 50%, greatly raising attack and defense for one turn, lowers enemies' attack, and also seals super attack as well, which is really good. He has an entrance animation, once only, and attack and defense of 100%, and launches an additional attack. There's a high chance of coming a super attack for the first 5 turns from his entry turn. If there's an ally whose name includes Broly on the team upon his entry. He has Ki +3 and attack and defense of 180%, and an additional attack and defense of 100% when performing a super. He gives Pure Saiyan's allies 25% attack, defense, and crit chance, which is pretty cool. And he gets a Ki +2 and attack and defense of 25% for characters whose name include Broly. He also has a high chance of evading the enemy's attack, which is 50%, plus an additional chance of 20% from the 6th turn as the 3rd attacker in the turn. So basically as a floating unit, he has a 70% evasion chance. So if you build him full dodge, you're basically looking at like 80% evasion from the 6th turn onwards, which is pretty good actually, all things considered. So attack stat wise, you're not going to see anything too crazy. Even defense, you're seeing some decent numbers, but you're not going to see like anything wild or nuts or oh my god, I can't believe this. But it's the utility he brings that's really impressive. 25% crit chance, especially as a free-to-play support, is very impressive. Very useful, to bring to a ton of events, and he's obviously a huge boost for Broly characters. So if you have a Broly character, or you are someone who likes to run Brolys or movie bosses, which you can't include Paragus on, but we'll talk about that now. There is a lot of really good support that Paragus brings. The only issue with Paragus is, for whatever reason, they do not include Paragus as part of movie bosses, even though arguably he's more of a antagonist than Broly in most situations. But he's on Inhuman Deeds, Pure Saiyans, Revenge, and Terrifying Conquerors. Overall, I would say he's a very useful unit, a little bit niche in terms of category, like you're not maybe going to be able to run him absolutely everywhere. But he is a pretty useful character, and to be honest with you, I do find him to be pretty solid. Like I think overall he's a pretty useful character to have, and I think that support and that evasion your players are going to find useful for a while, which obviously most times is exactly what players want. Like most times players want units that are going to be useful and helpful, whether it's as supports or in terms of utility. Like most people want that from characters. They don't necessarily want like units that are going to phase out. And I think Paragus, with his evasion, with everything else that he does, I think he will be relevant for a while. Like as a good floating support, I think he's solid. Link wise, there's not a lot to work with. I wouldn't say he's got a huge array of links. Like I don't find him to have a massive array of links that are useful. He's got what he needs. Prepared for battle, Samurai race, Saiyan lineage. Thirst for conquest is not bad. There's some units that have that, like Vegetas and Nappas and Turles units and things like that. So there's definitely some good synergy there. The Prepared for Battle is probably the most common, obviously sharing the limit as a free-to-play key link. So I would say overall not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But what I would say is definitely I think for me that Paragus is pretty useful. I've really used him to complete quite a few events, and he's really great to run alongside this like indestructible Broly. It obviously helps that he pairs up with a practically indestructible unit and provides him 50% support. But I'd rather we have units like this that are like this niche, really solid unit than units that just don't do much. So really cool free to play unit. And yeah, that's it from me. Bye.